Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. And if this is you've watched these videos before, welcome back. I'm very grateful to all of you who are watching and sharing this with me. I am going to be doing some light language in this video, but I want to just do a quick introduction. First of all, to light language, as many of you may or may not know, light language is meant to be felt. It is not meant to be understood on a linear level, although there may be some English messages coming through to or interpretation as well. I do have quite a few videos I'm doing with the interpretation in the light language because I do understand that, you know, some people just want the light language and other people really respond to the messages, and I'm receiving both. So I'm going to share them with you guys. I'm going to try to make this a shorter video, but there's no guarantees on that because I'm just allowing whatever comes through from spirit. My source energy, your source energy, my guidance team to come through. And I've already set my intention for this to be for the highest and greatest good of all, in alignment with the highest vibration of love light, and I invite you to do the same. Before I get into the light language and the healing tones, I want to talk a little bit about what today represents for me. I was going to pre-record a video yesterday, just for today, because I was feeling a lot of energies come through, but I then was guided not to. And now I'm kind of doing a little bit more research, and I'm just going to share with you what my own interpretation of why that is. Today is September 11th, and so when I say September 11th, many people have certain feelings associated with that date. So first thing I want to start out by saying is the energies that are coming through can be used at any time. It doesn't matter when you find this video. Whenever you find this video, it's the right time for you. These videos are always meant for the collective. So you may feel some healing energies come through for whatever you need in this now moment, but I'm intending this to be for the greater good of all. Having said that, if there's something personal you want to work on or you'd like to kind of explore, I'm more than happy to do that. You could just email me and then I will do a session with you. However, you will still feel these energies. Maybe, maybe not. You might experience them while you're sleeping. They will kind of move through you whenever you're ready, if you're ready. And that's all I'm going to say about that for now. What I do want to get into is the date of September 11th. So if we think of the 11th, I'm going to get to some of the events that have happened on the 11th a little bit later in the video. But for right now, I just want to talk about the number 11. So as many of us know on the spiritual path, number 11 is a master number. And for those of you who don't, it's not a big deal. I'm going to share a little bit about that. But I do encourage you to, if you're seeing a lot of 1111s or if you're seeing 911, there are certain, we'll say, vibrations associated with those numbers. And with those vibrations associated with those numbers, they can mean different things for you. And they may not mean the same thing for you that they mean for somebody else. So I want to start off by saying that right off the bat. Also, I'm being guided to share that 911 is oftentimes associated with pay attention, right? Something is trying to communicate with you from your higher guidance system, meaning your synchronicities in something, your environment, the animals, the friends, you know, the collective, whatever it might be, pay attention. 1111 can also mean that for a lot of people. But an 11 is a master number, and what a master number means is that you do not combine the two. As in most numerology, you put together the numbers, you add them all up, you combine them. So if, let's say, your birthday is, or it's the 23rd, you will add up the 2 and the 3 and it's a 5, right? That's the energy of the 23. Although you also have the combined energy of the 2 and the 3. But what an 11, if you have two numbers together, 2 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 4s, etc., those are considered master numbers and you don't combine them. You have the double of that energy. So you have the double of the beginning, which is the 1, right? Now, this is not my area of expertise. Numerology I know a little bit about because I use it in my own synchronicities. So I invite you to use it however it works for you. Go do a little research. Look it up and see what resonates with you, what feels right for you, because it will feel different at different times in your life. So back to September 11th. Obviously, an 11 is associated with the 11th of the month. Now, an 11 is a very spiritual number, and some of the things that can be associated with that is that it's associated with a spiritual master. And who are some of the spiritual masters that you might be able to think of? And there are many. But of course, a couple that come to mind for many people are the Christ, Buddha, I could go on and on. So I'm just kind of throwing those out there for spiritual masters. There are many spiritual masters, but that number could be associated with the spiritual master. Also, I'm reading kind of briefly from this one website. I'll have to give credit to it. One of the ones I like to look at is tokenrock.com, and the other one is called Spirit Alembic, A-L-E-M-B-I-C. But I just want to kind of touch briefly because I took some notes and I really liked a few tag words in here. So 11, spiritual master. Know and use the truths of esoteric wisdom to help spirit grow and share that wisdom with those around them. So, of course, what do we have? We have the teachings of Buddha. We have the teachings of Christ. We have the teachings in all of the major religious and esoteric texts that we have access to, that these spiritual masters have then attained or come from within, right, and shared those teachings with us. And that's what the number 11 is all about. So on an 11th day, it can be a very spiritual, esoteric day. And we are guided to use that spiritual knowledge and pass it along. So I'm sharing that with you today. But more importantly, today is also associated with, more importantly, the number 22, because today is September 11th, 9/11/2018. If you add all of those numbers up together, it comes out to a number 22. I did not know this until I started asking Spirit this morning, or my guidance team, why did you guide me to do this video today? Why couldn't I have done it yesterday? So, 22 is a master builder number. Now, so for those of you who have seen the Lego movie, I highly recommend watching the Lego movie. It's actually got a lot of esoteric truth in it. That's kind of just a fun little addition. But it's basically, and I'm reading again from my notes, celebrating and preserving masterpieces of perfect creation. Okay, and so we think of ourselves, a master builder, as the creator. I think of it as my soul creator. We are the soul creator's apprentice. Some of you might out there might have your number be, your life path number may be an 11 or a 22. But I'm just talking in general about the energy of the day or the energy of what's going on around us. And so it talks about the archetypes. So you bring that, or we bring as a master builder, the archetype energy, and we bring it to earth in some material form. I really love the way that that was presented on these websites. And again, I'll share these links. You can check them out on your own. And the reason I like that is because both numbers talk about action. So as a spiritual master, it's not just about, sitting in your cave, meditating the whole time. You're actually taking action and you're bringing this knowledge to the world, to our physical form. And then with the master builder, they're taking that information from our teachers or perhaps from their guidance system, and they're building it around them, and they're making it into material form. Now, I want to share this briefly because it's not just about 3D material form. So yes, think of all of the master builders as beautiful pieces of artwork. Bringing through this beautiful piece of artwork that can then trigger the masses to wake up. I shared this in my last KISS video, Keep It Simple Starseed video on activation. What is it? And so master builders are assisting in activating through form. Okay, they're bringing forth this, they're putting it in writing. That's building something. And so this material form is then passed down through the generations. So think of the ancient texts. That is something bringing it into the material form from source energy. Artwork, Leonardo da Vinci, masterpieces, and then carrying those out. A lot going on in those paintings with the, and I always say this wrong, Fibonacci sequence, the spirals, right? Sacred geometry, in other words. Beautiful paintings. People look at them and they feel wonderful. The pyramids of Egypt, now we're getting a little bit bigger, or the pyramids all around the world. Master builders in alignment with sacred geometry that create a certain energy around, right, a field in that space that then is brought through from the master teachers, the spiritual guidance team, and so on and so forth. So today is a 22. Does this mean you can still use this down the road, of course, as well, because this is bringing the energy through on a 22 forever. So we're building this together, this energy right now. I'm building it through the Ethernet, and other teachers are building it through the Ethernet. You're building it by sharing it and being in this experience together. Now, I want to go a little deeper and talk a little bit about around this field that's around us. So there are, when we talk about sacred geometry, we talk about the building blocks of life. That is also bringing into the physical, the material, what we aren't necessarily able to see on a 3D level. And that's what I wanted to continue to share. So many of us we are the master builders. We are the 11s. We are the 22s in physical form. And so we can encompass that energy anytime we feel guided to do so, through love, through the heart, through connection with source energy, our higher guidance team, whatever you want to call it. You can do that in whatever form you feel inspired, taking action and sharing it with your friends, family, loved ones, or on a bigger scale. So that's something I wanted to share with you guys, just so you're aware of what's going on with the energies. Now, I also want to go a little deeper and say this will be a different video, but I'm kind of giving you a little precursor to September 22nd. So we are coming up, the number 22 is a big number through this month, coming up through the equinox, and that'll be a different video. But I want you to start kind of feeling into the energies. This is a builder. Today is a build-up through the 22 into the 22. And there's a lot of information online you guys can kind of look up on your own, but I'll share some of the stuff that I'm guided to share with you guys. And I'll share some websites that you can look at too down the road. So guiding into, this is building us through. We came through the Lionsgate portal, which also had to do with a lot of numbers and sacred geometry. I've been hearing a lot of references to the lamb. Now that's another video. But so the lion and the lamb. And so this is all symbology, symbolic and numerology combined with the codes and the triggers and the awakening activations that we're receiving, which I'm going to get to next in the light language. So thank you so much for bearing with me through this. I find this information fascinating. And so we're building into the equinox, which is a portal, which is a turning point. And all of this combination of visualization, building in our matrix through numbers, codes, frequencies, creations, painting, song, dance, right? This is all building up an energy that is meant to wake us up, bring us up into the next level, out into the next level, expand, ascend, the shift, the event, the awakening, woke, however you want to refer to it, that's all correct. And that's what I'm feeling I wanted to share with you guys. So today is a really beautiful number. So now I'm going to go a little deeper. I'm just going to touch briefly on timelines. And so we, many of us are connected or feel connected, or maybe we felt like we've moved past that timeline of some energies that have happened, of course, on the date of September 11th. I'm touching briefly on this because this light language is meant for the collective. And so what happens when we have major events or triggers that are embedded into our memory and our senses and our feelings associated with this event? And I'm going to use the 11th, September 11th, as an example. We then have certain things that happen physically, they happen mentally, they happen emotionally, and they are then created in our field and materialized in the form of feeling is the easiest way for me to describe it. So, for example, I could say, many people associate September 11th with fear, lack of control, broken heart, fear, that's the biggest thing, or sadness, depression, anger is associated a lot. Now I want to back up just for a moment, because I could say, well, then we'll do some light language based on the root chakra and release that fear, that feeling that you shouldn't be here, or that what's going to happen next, because that's associated with the root chakra, right? Our ability to feel like we are safe. So safety is a big feeling associated around possibly this date, okay? These numbers, and you're going to see where I'm going with this in a moment. But then that wouldn't be enough just to clear the root chakra, because then we have the sacral chakra, which is the mother feeling, the divine feminine, which is not a man or a woman thing. It is an energy thing. Divine feminine, divine masculine, right? So some of us have felt like we haven't been able, because of what's associated around this energy in the collective experience based on safety and fear. Maybe that blocked something in the sacral chakra because we felt like we weren't safe and secure with the divine mother. We weren't able to express the divine feminine because of maybe anger, hostility, violence that's associated with this collective feeling in our system. Moving on, I could say, well, we could clear the solar plexus chakra, our willpower, our power, right? Which is also associated with fear. Many people around today's date are associated with, I don't feel like I'm in control. I feel like I don't have control over what's going on in the world around me. And really what it boils down to is the control from what your actions are, but that's a whole other video. So I'm not just going to do light language just on the solar plexus chakra, because then we want to address the heart. Many people, especially if we experienced loss, fear, anxiety, we're pulling that all in together, can create that feeling of a schism, a broken heart, you know, this feeling of sadness. And for some, that's been difficult to get through, move past, to repair, to transmute. And so what happens then is, if you have all of these energies in the collective that many beings haven't healed, let me try not to light my sleeve on fire here, that can be felt in the collective. And so oftentimes it creates an imbalance based around the date of September 11th, which also creates an imbalance in this now moment for the collective. And if you're not balanced, or we as a whole are not balanced necessarily in those areas, that can also block us from connecting with our intuition and making decisions from the heart and feeling safe and secure in the decisions, and leading me back to the beginning of the video, our esoteric, our spiritual truth, connection to source, who we are. So what happens with these events, these catastrophic events. Now, if you look up the word catastrophe, it is not associated, we associate it with disaster, but catastrophe from the Greek origins or Latin, don't quote me on that, actually comes from a big change, a huge change. And so I'm going to move on from that and say that we've had this big change, but are we integrating the changes in our lives or as a collective? Or are there certain patterns and frequencies that now have embedded themselves through building on frequencies of fear, loss, heartbreak, lack of safety, and all of this, of course, is associated with fear, which is the root of many of these energies. And so, with having said that, that is what today's message is all about, is rebuilding, okay? Taking and using those energies that are in the collective that have not necessarily been integrated, and rather than building on top of fear, lack, broken heart, or avoiding all of that, we are being invited to come from our truth of who we really are, what we're really connected to, source energy, and sending that out and sharing it with one another in the community to help heal, repair because Earth feels this too, guys. The collective, I always refer to being in a place where there's thousands of people, we feel that energy. So when we tune into these energies and we spread it out as our intention to connect through the collective and to heal traumas, to integrate emotions, to feel what it is that we came here to feel, and then allow ourselves to transmute those feelings into alchemizing into a different frequency. That allows us to heal these patterns, to heal these memories, to rather than relive the trauma, we then relieve the trauma. So we're living it, we're acknowledging that we feel a certain way. Maybe this is because of what the collective is feeling. And in doing so, that allows us to heal our own traumas. And I'm being guided to talk briefly about, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. Not Hakuna Matata, that was a different video, but the Ho'oponopono prayer. So that's something else you guys can look up. I'm doing a separate video on that. But I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And when we come into that space telling ourselves that, we then are able to assist in healing the collective and Mother Earth that feels all of this energy that we are putting out there. And so as above, so below. If we're feeling it inside, we're feeling it as a collective. We're feeling it inside, the Earth is feeling it. The cosmos is effective. The evolution, the ascension, the expansion, the event, the shift, all of this is connected through sacred geometry, through codes, through numbers, right? The building blocks of matter. And so it really is as above, so below. Everything is connected. So I know this was a long introduction, but I'm touching briefly on things to trigger your imagination and to maybe assist in understanding why I'm sharing this message in the way that I'm sharing it today in this now moment. And we can continue because this is a timeline. So I know I said I would talk briefly on timelines. Timelines are happening now. So if we're all feeling as a collective, part of the, and I'm not going to go into the truther and the disclosure about September 11th and all of that. That's a whole other video. And that's not what this is about. This is not addressing the truth of how and why it happened. What I am addressing is the energy behind what has happened, what is happening now by how we are responding to the collective in healing the past traumas, and then carrying that forward as a master builder and a master architect and a master illuminated being to carry that forward to build from another frequency, and that will help heal the past, which is, again, I say happening now because everything is happening now. And so what that does is that helps us collapse past timelines. And so for those of you who that doesn't make sense, don't worry about it. Again, this is meant to be felt and understood on a non-linear level. So I'm not saying that that timeline no longer exists. Again, that's a different video. But what we are doing is helping to heal or collapse those timelines that no longer serve the higher and greater good, no longer are where we want to build from. And so we're embracing these energies and saying, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, because we're source energy. And so we are in forgiving and loving and coming from a place of healing now. We actually are assisting in healing the past, the present, the future, because it's all happening now in a circle, in a sphere of love, in a sphere of love light. So, and again, don't try to understand it. Just visualize sending out love to everything in this now moment that existed, that will exist, that has existed, that is existing now. And it just kind of goes out like a wave. And it doesn't have to be a specific person, place, or thing or event. It's just coming in touch with these numbers that are, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. So without further ado, let us begin this transmission. So I invite you to close your eyes, sit nice and tall, feet on the ground. Spine is long. Again, bringing our awareness into our hearts. Bringing our awareness into, I'm just going to do a little smudge. I've already set my intention for the highest and greatest good, in alignment with the highest vibration of love light. And I always call in my guidance team of the highest vibrations of love light. And I ask, you guys, this is whatever resonates with you. If the words I use don't resonate with you, use what resonates with you. So I invite in the Holy Spirit to flow into and through us now. If you wish to draw this in or invite this in yourself, you may do so. And I call in these higher vibrational love light energies, of course, connected to Source, the creator of my soul, our soul. and whatever is most needed for the collective in this now moment. So some frequencies may come through, some toning, some words, and some healing energies are coming through now. So I invite you to breathe in and out through the nose, fill up the belly and the chest as these healing frequencies come through to assist us in some of the things I talked about earlier in the video. Our chakras, and in these moments of silence, it's all about breath. So I invite you to connect deep into the earth, connecting through source energy, the creator of your soul, from above you, down below you, but back into the heart. And I invite you to spread this energy out from all angles of your heart of appreciation, love, gratitude. The front of the heart, the back of the heart, the sides of the heart. Diagonal, sideways, front, back, above, below. Like the beautiful star of love light that you are, pulsing from creative source, out through you, down through you, out through you, up through you. And as you stay in this space, breathing in and out, allowing healing frequencies to flow in and around you, through you, out to all that you come into contact with, that you intend now to contact or to come into contact with. Sending it out to the brothers and the sisters, the mothers and the fathers, the animals, the earth, of course, Mother Earth, Gaia, Terra, whatever word you choose to use that connects with earth vibrations and frequencies. The ethers, water, air, fire, even father, son, grandfather, son, and so we bring through healing frequencies of the highest accord. Think of chords on a string, beautiful string instrument. Vibrating the souls, the cells, from the soles of the feet, the cells into the body. This is a warm-up, so just breathing into the body, spiraling these strings of love light around and through. So lots of energy coming through. I'm inviting you to do a lot of breathing here. In these silence, it's just energy. It's just, I'm hearing plucking the strings to play the guitar, to play the harp, to play the chords of energy, the entanglements of love light. Kind of allowing and unwinding here. No kiana, no ea sashia tana ak ea nak ea steshtia. Ok onoea ea ak ane ea ak ana ea as esh ena ak ua. Tuet anna es estia ak uos estiana ea ak enek este estiana. Noea ea este estiana kiat it iest es ea ak ua. Uk oea et eas es ea. Breathing in and out. Teanak e. Tu estes tiana ak estes ia an anak eat uk ora ak ia et estes tiana. Uroja stishtia ekiana kua enakia atietiana kutushtiana kiana tiestishtiana duetina. Unweaving tiestishtiana a false archetype, a false architecture. Diase shit in the kietua tinistishtiana kietistiana kurishtiana tiestishtiana uro estiata stishtiana through the sands of time. Doshtiana kistishtiana. That I'm being reminded to share is a construct. A construction of doshtiana kistishtiana doshtiana. Do ro 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 ho at etiestishtiana anua. Breathing in and out. Tua aki esteshtiana aki estia ak anak uro okushtiana. Dia neane seshiana ak ua. Dia seshtia ak ua. Dia esteshtiana ak ushtiana. So we activate within you a seed of beautiful light. A seed at ishtiana ashtiet okushtiana from the seat of your soul. Forstiat estet at the oversoul, doshtiat inistishtian at the outer soul, the estishtiat at it istishtian akushtia, the soul creator. Doeas tishtian at istishtiato at inistishtia ak anak it ianat istishtian ak urshtiat istishtian at it yestet anak it istishtiana. Alchemizing, transforming, burning through from the heart, the flame of the heart. Transpiring through the matrix. Tu eseshiat anakiet anatiestishtianak urshtiana atiestina tiestishtiak anakitiestishtina, a collection of beautiful souls, of lights, dias ashiat anaku, of love, dur okwe. Anna esteshtianak et inistishtianak ukrshtina, a new beginning, if you will. I'm hearing the song, all we are saying is give peace a chance. All we are saying. Diasishiana kua tukushtiana eana no. We sing with you, through you, from you, the beautiful tones of creation. Tu esishia kenetiana kiatatiana tore naea. Tu at ina at istishtiana. Okay, many more frequencies coming through as you sit in receptivity a lunar alignment, a star expression, a star expansion. Play on words here, guys. A star-spangled banner of freedom. For you are star seeds. You are the stars that shine brightly forth in all banners of bandwidths of frequency. In all Mother Earth. In all reflections of the divine source creation, the beautiful waving of patterns from each and every soul group across the world of harmony, harmonization. We come together as one. We reunite, we reignite our spark of creativity. I see a beautiful flower, a lotus flower, opening and folding in and around itself, to then expose underneath it another lotus flower and another lotus flower. Again, I'm hearing there's freedom within, there's freedom without. So as above, so below. We send forth the codes of freedom. From the true divine nature of who we are, who you are, the oneness, the potential, the galactivation of holding one another's hands in divine unity, of divine appreciation, gratitude, understanding the full amplitude, understanding the full gratitude, the gravitude of understanding, the gravitational realignment. Doena seshekiana etiana estistiana tiestistiana kiestistiana atia akastiana kustiana. Diestistiana tistiana kua ana tiestistiana. A wave of extreme love light magnitude. Dua seshi tiestistiana kustiana stistiata. Tiestistiana toetana estistiana seeks to break apart the polarities. Doestistiana seeks to expose the raw wires to then be reconnected from the heart. So I'm hearing references to the X chromosomes, the DNA, but also a splitter. So I have references to that a lot this week. A splitter, like the wire was plugged into a certain outlet that really wasn't from the highest and greatest good. It wasn't the heart. And now it's been rerouted through the heart. And from here is where everything, that splitter, goes in. So before it was a bunch of mangled crossed wires coming in from all these different polarities, beliefs, dualities, and now we're being invited through these healing frequencies and codes, these numbers, these spirals, these activations, these stellar alignments. Now we're rewired in through the heart, but also we're rewired and connected to source energy if we are able to see it, feel it, understand it, know it from a higher potential. The power is overwhelmingly high. As it comes from an open-sourced conduit. Tiana desesiat ena. So breathing in some healing frequencies coming through in another wave. And in these moments of silence, just being in the heart, inviting this wave to come through you and sending it out from your heart. Like a beacon of light. I'm seeing it like across the chest of Superman, Superwoman. Super as in source. You are the superheroes you've been waiting for. You've been expecting the return. You have returned. In your suits, hidden within, behind your shades. In the shade, step into the limelight. Step into the light of you. Pull back the cape. Our cape crusaders of love light. I'm having reference to the cross, but I'm having reference to the constellations. Helping us. Still some healing frequencies coming through, guys. This is going to be a longer one than I expected. And so as the gravitational pull collapses in on itself, guys, this is a play on words. Dig in, earth, ground, anchor your energies from your heart into you. For this will make you more powerful because you are then connected to who you truly are. You're not sucked into this fake gravitational pull is the words that I'm hearing. This unknown because it is not truth. We know the truth. If it is the unknown, it is not known by source, even though all is source. We are all collaborators of our reality. So what do we wish to collaborate, to collectivate, to collateral? I'm seeing that as a play on words. So collateral, but also a ladder. The ladder of the DNA, the ladder of the bridge chakras, the ladder of the kundalini, the ladder of our connection to source. We can climb out of whatever pull we feel we have created. For these poles shifting are you, are your shifts. You have the control. You are the time stream. You are the stream of source energy moving through you, around you. A polar reactivation, a depolarization, if you will. Staying in the truth of who you are. Again, breathing in and out these energies. Staying in this space for a bit. Das ascension. I'm inviting you to take 5 breaths here. So breathe in for 5 counts, breathe out for 5 counts, 5 times. Here we go. Lots of energy coming through, guys. Dosht. Uasashia kia na kua kustistia kua no kua tustia ayanae. Lots of frequencies coming through if you're open to receiving them. If you don't feel them, it's okay. Just work on your breath. Breathe. Just be in the presence of who you are, of your beauty, of your expansion, of your lotus flower. Dororoya seshea kiana. Noya steshtia o aqua asteshtia esteshtiana. So I'm picturing blowing out from this dandelion or sunflower, and as the dandelion blows out from me, from source to you, I'm picturing this dandelion with this sparkle, this sparkling sunflower or dandelion, and I'm just blowing all these sparkles out through the ethers in and around you, and they're kind of just like little seeds forming in the field, forming in the collective of divine love light, and they just are kind of sitting there. And imagine these sparkles of dandelion seeds. This is a play on words, guys. Sitting in the ethers like little embers waiting to be ignited and sparkled open. And then as these sparkles ignite, they flow like a fire of electricity, of activations through the collective, through our bodies. And this is also happening on a cellular level. So I always like to think of being guided to share the the fiber optics, the fiber optic cables. The mitochondria, the synapses, I'm being invited to invite you to sit within this frequency for a bit. Think of it as an ignition in the cables to start the fires of love light. And this is going through all of the chakras, the brain, the spindles. I'm being guided to share the spindles like Aurora Borealis. Orostia. Disishtianak iana. Shaking loose and shaking off, shaking out these older particles that are dead energy. So this is, I'm seeing all these light up and these dandelion seeds lighting up and burning through the old energy that was just sitting in the collective, in our fields, that we were sharing along our cables of communication and connection through the ethers. And so we no longer accept those into our reality and our matrix, for those are not real. They are false evidence appearing real. I'm being guided to share, so fear, right? Those are false evidence appearing real, and we are now activating and rewiring our synapses as a collective, collecting our energy as a creator source energy as a whole, as master builders, as 22s and 11s. Firing up the fiber optic cable, the neural pathways to source energy, to as a unified whole, oneness, collective unit, law of one. Receptivity, tranquility, expandability, in expansiveness, in oneness, in intergalactic harmony, in the chords of freedom, the bandwidths that we play in, the fields that we are now frequenting in are that of expansion, exfoliation, dostishtiana. Orastishtiana. Breathing in and out, the healing frequencies are still coming through. I'm being guided to share there's more where that came from. From you, from us, from we. Big breath in, big breath out. Ana eseshi. And so it is. And so it is, and so it is, and so it is. In love and light. I'll do another video, I think, after this one. Namaste.